Warning, the video you are about to watch may contain language and scenarios of a highly adult nature and is therefore not intended for children under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey, what is up, guys? This is Couch Potato Mike back in the book club for Chapter 16 of Gray by e.l.james. And before we get started, I want to remind you guys to subscribe, hit the like button, and the bell icon. And also enter my contest for my 400 subscriber special, which is going to be coming out here in a few days. I finally hit that goal, and I want to thank you guys for helping me get there. I am going to be giving away not one, but two Funko Pops. Yes, we have got Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad as well as the Reconnaissance Dalek from Doctor Who. Those are both going to be going to the lucky subscriber who wins the contest. Just the way you enter the contest is by entering it in the description down below this video. Not the description. Enter it in the comments. Let me know that you're in. You have to be subscribed. You also have to like this video. Be subscribed, like this video, and just let me know that you're entering. And then I'll have a drawing and we'll do the giveaway and that sort of thing. Yes, I get distracted easily. So let's move right into it. The video for that will be coming out in a few days. And next week probably. But let's get right into Chapter 16 of Gray by e.l.james. Let's see where we were. That takes place on Tuesday, May 31st of 2011. Mommy is gone. I don't know where. He's here. I hear his boots. They're loud boots. They have silver buckles. They stomp loud. He stomps, and he shouts. I'm in Mommy's closet, hiding. He won't hear me. I can be quiet. Very quiet. Quiet because I'm not here. You fucking bitch, he shouts. He shouts a lot. You fucking bitch! He shouts at Mommy. He shouts at me. He hits Mommy. He hits me. I hear the door close. He's not here anymore. And Mommy is gone too. I stay in the closet, in the dark. I'm very quiet. I sit for a long time. A long, long, long time. Where is Mommy? There's a whisper of dawn in the sky when I open my eyes. The radio alarm says 5:23. I've slept fitfully, plagued by unpleasant dreams, and I'm exhausted. But I decide to go for a run and wake myself up. Once I'm in sweats, I pick up my phone. There's a text from Anna. Arrived safely in Savannah. A. Smiley face. Good. She's there and safe. The thought pleases me, and I quickly scan my email. The subject of Anna's latest message leaps out at me. Do you like to scare me? No fucking way. My scalp prickles, and I sit down on the bed, scrolling through her words. She must have sent this during her layover in Atlanta before she sent her text. From Anastasia Steele, subject, do you like to scare me? May 31st, 2011, 6:52 Eastern Standard Time, to Christian Gray. You know how much I dislike you spending money on me. Yes, you're very rich, but still it makes me uncomfortable, like you're paying me for sex. However, I like traveling first class. It's so much more civilized than coach. So, thank you. I mean it, and I did enjoy the massage from Jean-Paul. He was very gay. I omitted that bit in my email to wind you up a bit, because I was annoyed with you, and I'm sorry about that. But as usual, you overreact. You can't write things like that to me, bound and gagged in a crate. Were you serious, or was it a joke? That scares me. You scare me. I am completely caught up in your spell, considering a lifestyle with you that I didn't even know existed until a week ago. And then you write something like that, and I want to run screaming into the hills. I won't, of course, because I'd miss you, really miss you. I want us to work, but I am terrified of the depth of feeling I have for you and the dark path you're leading me down. What you are offering is erotic and sexy, and I'm curious, but I'm also scared you'll hurt me, physically and emotionally. After 3 months, you could say goodbye, and where will that leave me if you do? But then, I suppose that risk is there in any relationship. This just isn't the sort of relationship I ever envisaged having. Sorry. Especially as my first. It's a huge leap of faith for me. You were right when you said I didn't have a submissive bone in my body, and I agree with you now. Having said that, I want to be with you, and if that's what I have to do, I would like to try, but I think I'll suck at it and end up black and blue, and I don't relish that idea at all. I am so happy that you have said that you will try more. I just need to think about what more means to me, and that's one of the reasons I wanted some distance. You dazzle me so much, and I find it very difficult to think clearly when we're together. They are calling my flight. I have to go. More later. Your Anna. She's reprimanding me again, but she stunned me with her honesty. It's illuminating. I read her email again and again, and each time I pause at Your Anna. My Anna. She wants us to work. She wants to be with me. There's hope, Gray. I place my phone on my bedside and decide I need that run to clear my head so I can think about my response. I take my usual route up Stewart to Westlake Avenue, then around Denny Park a few times. Fortets. She's just like Fortets she just likes to fight, ringing in my ears. Anna's given me a great deal to process. Paying her for sex? Like a whore. I never thought of her that way. Just the idea makes me really mad. Really fucking mad. I sprint once more around the park, my anger spurring me on. Why does she do this to herself? I'm rich, so what? She just needs to get used to that. I'm reminded of our conversation yesterday about the GEH jet. She wouldn't take that offer. At least she doesn't want me for my money. But does she want me at all? She says I dazzle her, but boy, has she just got the wrong way around. She dazzles me in a way that I've never experienced, yet she's flown across country to get away from me. How's that supposed to make me feel? She's right. It is a dark path I'm leading her down, but one that is far more intimate than any vanilla relationship. Or so I've seen. I only have to take a look at Elliot and his alarmingly casual approach to dating to see the difference. And I'd never hurt her physically or emotionally. How could she think that? I just want to push her limits, see what she will and won't do, punish her when she colors outside the lines. Yeah, it might hurt, but not beyond anything she can take. We can work up to what I'd like to do. We can take it slow. And here's the rub. If she's going to do what I want her to do, I'm going to have to reassure her and give her more. What that might be, I don't know yet. I've taken her to meet my parents. That was more, surely. And that wasn't so hard. I take a slower jog around the park to think about what disturbs me most about her email. It isn't her fear. It's that she's terrified of the depth of feeling she has for me. What does that mean? That unfamiliar feeling surfaces in my chest as my lungs burn for air. It scares me. It scares me so much that I push myself harder, so that all I feel is the pain of exertion in my legs and in my chest and the cold sweat that trickles down my back. Yeah, don't go there, Gray. Stay in control. Back in my apartment, I have a quick shower and shave, and then I dress. Gail is in the kitchen when I walk through on the way to my study. Good morning, Mr. Gray. Coffee? Please, I say, not stopping. I'm on a mission. At my desk, I fire up my iMac and compose my response to Anna. From Christian Gray, subject, finally, May 31st, 2011, 7:30 to Anastasia Steele. Anastasia, I am annoyed that as soon as you put some distance between us, you communicate openly and honestly with me. Why can't you do that when we're together? Yes, I'm rich. Get used to it. Why shouldn't I spend my money on you? We've told your father I'm your boyfriend, for heaven's sake. Isn't that what boyfriends do? As your dom, I would expect you to accept whatever I spend on you with no argument. Incidentally, tell your mother, too. I don't know how to answer your comment about feeling like a whore. I know that's not what you've written, but it's what you imply, and I don't know what I can say or do to eradicate these feelings. I'd like you to have the best of everything. I work exceptionally hard so I could spend my money as I see fit. I could buy you your heart's desire, Anastasia, and I want to. Call it redistribution of wealth, if you will, or simply know that I could not ever think of you in the way that you described. And I'm angry that that's how you perceive yourself. For such a bright, witty, beautiful young woman, you have some real self-esteem issues, and I have half a mind to make an appointment for you with Dr. Flynn. I apologize for frightening you. I find the thought of instilling fear in you abhorrent. Do you really think I'd ever let you travel in the hold? I offered you my private jet, for heaven's sake. Yes, it was a joke. A poor one, obviously. However, the fact is the thought of you bound and gagged turns me on. This is not a joke. It's true. I can lose the crate. Crates do nothing for me. I know you have issues with gagging. We've talked about that, and when I do gag you, we'll discuss it. What I think you fail to realize is that in a dom-sub relationship, it is the sub who has all the power. That's you. I'll repeat this. You are the one with all the power, not I. In the boathouse, you said no. I can't touch you if you say no. That's why we have an agreement. What you will and won't do. If we try things and you don't like them, we can revise the agreement. It's up to you, not me. And if you want to be bound and gagged in a crate, then if you don't want to be bound and gagged in a crate, then it won't happen. I want to share my lifestyle with you. I've never wanted anything so much. Frankly, I'm in awe of you, that one so innocent would be willing to try. That says more to me than you could ever know. You fail to see I'm caught in your spell, too. Even though I have told you this countless times, I don't want to lose you. I am nervous that you've flown 3,000 miles to get away from me for a few days, because you can't think clearly around me. It's the same for me, Anastasia. My reason vanishes when we're together. That's the depth of feeling I have for you. I understand your trepidations. I did try to stay away from you. I knew you were inexperienced, though I would never have pursued you if I had known exactly how innocent you were. And yet you still managed to disarm me completely in a way that nobody has before. Your email, for example. I have read and reread it countless times, trying to understand your point of view. 3 months is an arbitrary amount of time. We could make it 6 months. A year? How long would you want it to be? What would make you comfortable? Tell me. I understand that this is a huge leap of faith for you. I have to earn your trust. By the same token, you have to communicate with me when I am failing to do this. You seem so strong and self-confident, and then I read what you've written here, and I see another side of you. We have to guide each other, Anastasia. I can only take my cues from you. You have to be honest with me, and we have to both find a way to make this arrangement work. You worry about not being submissive. Well, maybe that's true. Having said that, the only time you do assume the correct demeanor for a sub is in the playroom. It seems that's the one place where you let me exercise proper control over you, and the only place you do as you're told. Exemplary is the term that comes to mind, and I'd never beat you black and blue. I aim for pink. Outside the playroom, I like that you challenge me. It's a very novel and refreshing experience, and I wouldn't want to change that. So yes, tell me what you want in terms of more. I will endeavor to keep an open mind, and I shall try to give you the space you need to stay away from you while you were in Georgia. I look forward to your next email. In the meantime, enjoy yourself, but not too much. Christian Gray, CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. I press send to take a sip of my cold coffee. Now you have to wait, Gray. See what she says. Stomp into the kitchen to see if Gail has prepared what Gail has prepared for breakfast. Taylor is waiting in the car to whisk me to work. What was it you wanted last night? I ask him. It was nothing important, sir. Good. I respond and gaze out the window, trying to put Anna and George out of my mind. I fail miserably, but an idea starts to take shape. I call Andrea. Morning. Good morning, Mr. Gray. I'm on my way in, but can you put me through to Bill? Yes, sir. A few moments later, I have Bill on the line. Mr. Gray, did your people look at Georgia as an option to site the tech plant, Savannah in particular? I believe we did, sir, but I'll need to check. Check. Come back to me. Will do. Is that all? For now, thanks. My day is full of meetings. I look at my email sporadically, but there's nothing from Anna. I wonder if she's daunted by the tone of my email or if she's busy doing other things. What other things? It's impossible to avoid thoughts of her. Throughout the day, I exchange texts with Caroline Acton, approving and vetoing outfits she's chosen for Anna. I hope she likes them. She'll look stunning in all of them. Bill has come back to me with a potential site near Savannah for our plant. Ruth is making inquiries. At least it's not Detroit. Elena calls, and we decide to have dinner at Columbia Tower. Christian, you're being so coy about this girl, she chides. I'll tell you everything this evening. Right now I'm busy. You're always busy, she laughs. See you at 8. See you then. Why are the women in my life so nosy? Elena, my mother, Anna. I wonder for the 100th time what she's doing, and behold, there's a response from her at last. From Anastasia Steele, subject verbose, May 31st, 2011, 1908 EST to Christian Gray. Sir, you are quite the loquacious writer. I have to go to dinner at Bob's Golf Club, and just so you know, I am rolling my eyes at that thought. But you and your twitchy palm are a long way from me, so my behind is safe for now. I loved your email. Will respond when I can. I miss you already. Enjoy your afternoon. Your Anna. It's not a no, and she misses me. I'm relieved and amused at her tone. I respond. From Christian Gray, subject You're Behind, May 31st, 2011, 1610 to Anastasia Steele. Sorry, jumped 2 books ahead. Dear Miss Steele, I am distracted by the title of this email. Needless to say, it is safe. For now. Enjoy your dinner, and I miss you too. Especially your behind and your smart mouth. My afternoon will be dull, brightened only by thoughts of you and your eye rolling. I think it was you who so judiciously pointed out to me that I, too, suffer from that nasty habit. Christian Gray, CEO and eye roller, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. A few minutes later, her reply pings in my inbox. From Anastasia Steele, subject eye rolling, May 31st, 2011, 1914, EST to Christian Gray. Dear Mr. Gray, stop emailing me. I am trying to get ready for dinner. You are very distracting, even when you are on the other side of the continent. And yes, who spanks you when you roll your eyes? Your Anna. Oh, Anna, you do, all the time. I remember her telling me to keep still and tugging my pubic hair while she was sitting astride me, naked. The thought is arousing. Wait a minute, I think I read that all wrong. I remember I wrote it right down. I remember telling me to keep... From Anastasia Steele, subject, panting, May 31st, 2011, 1933 EST to Christian Gray. Wait a minute, did I skipped pages. Jesus Christ. I skipped a lot of pages. Hold on, did I skip pages? I did. I remember her telling me to keep still and tugging my pubic hair while sitting astride me naked. The thought is arousing. From Christian Gray, subject You're Behind, May 31st, 2011, 1618, Anastasia Steele. Dear Miss Steele, I still prefer your title to mine in so many different ways. It is lucky that I am master of my own destiny and no one castigates me, except my mother occasionally and Dr. Flynn, of course, and you. Christian Gray, CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. I find myself drumming my fingers, waiting for her reply. From Anastasia Steele, subject, chastising. Me? May 31st, 2011, 1922, EST to Christian Gray. Dear Sir, when have I ever plucked up the nerve to chastise you, Mr. Gray? I think you are mixing me up with someone else. which is very worrying. I really do have to get ready. Your Anna. You chastise me via email at every opportunity, and how could I ever mix you up with anyone else? From Christian Gray, subject You're Behind, May 31st, 2011, 1625, to Anastasia Steele. Dear Miss Steele, you do it all the time in print. Can I zip up your dress? Christian Gray, CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. From Anastasia Steele, subject NC-17, May 31st, 2011, 1928, EST, to Christian Gray. I would rather you unzipped it. Her words travel directly to my dick. Passing go on the way. Fuck. This calls for, what did she call them? Shouty capitals? From Christian Gray, subject Careful What You Wish For, May 31st, 2011, 1631, to Anastasia Steele. So would I. Christian Gray, CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. From Anastasia Steele, subject Panting, May 31st, 2011, 1933, EST, to Christian Gray. Slowly. From Christian Gray, subject Groaning, May 31st, 2011, 1635, to Anastasia Steele. Wish I were there. Christian Gray, CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. From Anastasia Steele, subject Moaning, May 31st, 2011, 1937, EST, to Christian Gray. So do I. Who else can turn me on via email? From Anastasia Steele, subject Moaning, May 31st, 2011, 1939, EST, to Christian Gray. Gotta go. Laters, baby. I smirk at her words. From Christian Gray, subject Plagiarism, May 31st, 2011, 1641, Anastasia Steele. You stole my line and left me hanging. Enjoy your dinner. Christian Gray, CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. Andrea knocks on the door with new schematics from Barney for the solar power tablet we're developing. She's startled that I'm pleased to see her. Thanks, Andrea. You're most welcome, Mr. Gray. She gives me a curious smile. Would you like some coffee? Please. Milk? No, thanks. My day has improved immensely. I have knocked Bastille on his ass twice in our 2 rounds of kickboxing. That never happens. As I slip on my jacket after my shower, I feel ready to face Elena and all her questions. Taylor appears. Would you like me to drive, sir? No, I'll take the R8. Very good, sir. Before I leave, I check my email. From Anastasia Steele, subject Who Are You to Cry Thief? May 31st, 2011, 2218 EST, to Christian Gray. Sir, I think you'll find it was Eliot's line originally. Hangin' how? Your Anna. Is she flirting with me? Again? And she's my Anna. Again. From Christian Gray, subject Unfinished Business, May 31st, 2011, 1922, to Anastasia Steele. Miss Steele, you're back. You left so suddenly, just when things were getting interesting. Elliot's not very original. He must have stolen that line from someone. How was dinner? Christian Gray, CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. I press send. From Anastasia Steele, subject Unfinished Business, May 31st, 2011, 2226 EST, to Christian Gray. Dinner was filling. You'll be very pleased to hear that I ate far too much. Getting interesting how? I'm glad she's eating. From Christian Gray, subject Unfinished Business, definitely, May 31st, 2011, 1930, to Anastasia Steele. Are you being deliberately obtuse? I think you just asked me to unzip your dress, and I was looking forward to doing just that. I am also glad to hear that you were eating. Christian Gray, CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. From Anastasia Steele, subject, well, there's always the weekend, May 31st, 2011, 2236 EST, to Christian Gray. Of course I eat. It's only the uncertainty I feel around you that puts me off my food. And I would never be unwittingly obtuse, Mr. Gray. Surely you've worked that out by now. Wink. She loses appetite around me? That's not good. She's making fun of me. Again. From Christian Gray, subject Can't Wait, May 31st, 2011, 1940, to Anastasia Steele. I shall remember that, Miss Steele, and no doubt use the knowledge to my advantage. I'm sorry to hear that I put you off your food. I thought I had a more concupiscent effect on you. That has been my experience, and most pleasurable it has been too. I very much look forward to the next week time. Christian Gray, CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. From Anastasia Steele, subject Gymnastic Linguistics. You ain't just whistling, Dixie Sister. May 31st, 2011, 22:36 EST to Christian Gray. Have you been playing with the thesaurus again? I hoot with laughter. From Christian Gray, subject Rumbled. May 31st, 2011, 1940 to Anastasia Steele. You know me so well, Miss Steele. I'm having dinner with an old friend now, so I will be driving. Laters, baby. Copyright. Christian Gray, CEO, Gray Enterprises Holdings, Inc. As much as I'd like to keep the banner up with Anna, I don't want to be late for dinner. If I were, Elena would be displeased. I power down my computer, collect my wallet and phone, and take the elevator to the garage. The Mile High Club is on the penthouse floor of Columbia Tower. The sun is sinking toward the peaks of Olympic National Park, coloring the sky with an impressive fusion of oranges, pinks, and opals. It's stunning. Anna would love this view. I should bring her here. Elena is seated at a corner table. She gives me a small wave and a big smile. The maitre d' escorts me to her table as she rises, presenting her cheek to me. Hello, Christian, she purrs. Good evening, Elena. You're looking great as usual. I kiss her cheek. She tosses her sleek platinum hair to one side, which she does when she's feeling playful. Sit, she says. What would you like to drink? Her fingers and her trademark scarlet fingernails are wrapped around a champagne flute. I see you've started on the Cristal. Well, I think we've got something to celebrate, don't you? We do? Christian, this girl, spill the beans. I'll have a glass of the Mendocino Sauvignon Blanc, I tell the hovering waiter. He nods and hurries off. So, not a cause for celebration? Elena takes a sip of her champagne, eyebrows raised. I don't know why you're making such a big deal of this. I'm not making a big deal. I'm curious. How old is she? What does she do? She's just graduated. Oh, a little young for you. I arch a brow. Really? You're going to go there? Elena laughs. How is Isaac? I ask with a smirk. She laughs again. Behaving. Her eyes sparkle with mischief. How boring for you. My voice is dry. She smiles, resigned. He's a good pet. Shall we order? Halfway through the crab chowder, I put Elena out of her misery. Her name is Anastasia. She studied literature at WSU, and I met her when she came to interview me for the student newspaper. I gave the commencement address this year. Is she in the lifestyle? Not yet, but I'm hopeful. Wow. Yeah, she's escaped to Georgia to think it through. That's a long way to go. I know. I look down at my chowder, wondering how Anna is and what she's doing. Sleeping, I hope. Alone. When I raise my head, Elena's studying me intently. I haven't seen you like this, she says. What do you mean? You're distracted. That's not like you. Isn't that obvious? She nods, her eyes softening. Obvious to me. I think she's turned your world upside down. I inhale sharply, but hide the fact by raising my glass to my lips. Perceptive Mrs. Lincoln. You think? I murmur after my sip. I think, she says, her eyes searching mine. She's very disarming. I'm sure that's novel. And I bet you're worrying about what she's doing in Georgia, what she's thinking. I know how you are. Yes, I want her to make the right decision. You should go and see her. What? Get on a plane. Really? If she's undecided, go use your considerable charm. I snort and my snort is derisive. Christian, she scolds. When you want something badly enough, you go after it, and you always win. You know that. You're so negative about yourself. It drives me crazy. I sigh. I'm not sure. The poor girl is probably bored to tears down there. Go. You'll get your answer. If it's no, you can move on. If it's yes, you can enjoy being yourself with her. She's back Friday. Seize the day, my dear. She did say she missed me. There you go. Her eyes flash with certainty. I'll think about it. More champagne? Please, she says and gives me a girlish grin. Driving back to Escala, I contemplate Elena's advice. I could go see Anna. She said she missed me. The jet's available. Back home, I read her latest email. From Anastasia Steele, subject suitable dinner companions, May 31st, 2011, 23:58 EST, to Christian Gray. I hope you and your friend had a very pleasant dinner, Anna. P.S. Was it Mrs. Robinson? Shit. This is the perfect excuse. This is going to need an answer in person. I buzz Taylor and tell him I'm going to need Stefan and the Gulfstream in the morning. Very good, Mr. Gray. Where are you going? We're going to Savannah. Yes, sir. And there's a hint of amusement in his voice. Well, I always wondered, did you think he got much sleep that night? Because it doesn't say. That's as much as I'm going to tell you until next time. So, for the Couch Potato Mike YouTube channel, this is Couch Potato Mike reminding you guys that in the end, we're all stories. So let's make them good ones. See you next time, guys.